Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? You have now tuned in to my Love and Hip Hop Atlanta recap. Guys, be sure to subscribe if you haven't yet done so and share this video wherever you like to share videos. And don't forget to give it that good old thumbs up. So y'all already know I didn't do any recap last week because it was all about Jocelyn. And to be honest, I just didn't feel like doing it. Like I started it. I actually did all my notes on it. But then I was just like, I don't want to sit here and talk about Jocelyn for like 20 minutes. I just felt like it wasn't really necessary. So yeah, I just kind of blew it off. And I didn't do Catfish last week either because I had a fiasco going down. So I kind of like just fell asleep. I was tired. So we are back now. We're doing Love and Hip Hop. And it starts off with Stevie J. Well, not really starts off, but there was a scene where Stevie J, he was talking to his daughters and they're not really feeling Jocelyn because of all the foolishness that she has done already. They're just like, nah, if she's coming, she needs to make sure that she apologized to all of us because from what he said and from what you guys had told me, she put up some craziness on like Instagram or social media. I don't even know where she put it, but she put it on social media about, and you guys said that it was because she was saying something about how he's a child molester and he was molesting Eva or something like that. And, you know, that could really tarnish somebody's brand. That could tarnish somebody's name. Like, that's like some next level felony type of joint. Like, you don't play with stuff like that. So nobody's really feeling her like that. And Mimi, we already know, she said she would put up a restraining order against her. Tammy tells Bambi that she's going on a date with Waka Flocka because he spoke to Charlie and he kind of like begged Charlie to beg her. So to kind of get back in good graces with her. So she's actually going to give it a shot. She says, you know, she's trying to be strong and everything, but she's going to give him a shot. I mean, at the end of the day, that girl can't get away from him because she loves him so much. And a lot of times you get caught up because you have so much history with somebody. And it's like, damn, if I go ahead out there, it's like I got to start all over. You got to get tested for all these diseases and stuff. And there's some that don't even have tests. And there's always new ones popping up. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to like get used to them. And then you got to see if you could trust them. At least with Waka Flocka, she already know she got to, you know, kind of feed him with a long spoon or whatever. She knows that she can't really trust him like that. But, you know, going into something with somebody else, you trying to like not judge them off the top, but it's hard, especially when you've been through stuff like that. So I guess that's why she's kind of reverting back to old ways and old people and old habits. So yeah, Bambi kind of mentioned that that Tammy and Waka Flocka was kind of like relationship goals, you know, hashtag relationship goals for her. But to see them kind of falling apart and everything, it just kind of makes her happy that she didn't really walk down the aisle with Scrappy. Because she's seeing the dirty side of how marriage could be and just how relationships can be and something like that. And she really looked up to them as a relationship type of thing. That's why I don't be looking at all that Instagram stuff. People be talking about, oh, I want to be like you and your boo. Oh, relationship goals. Oh, black love. I mean, you don't know what these people are really going through. Just because you see a picture does not mean that everything is all beautiful and gravy. They could just be the type to keep things within the household and not want to blast all their problems and infidelities and everything else on Instagram. Because I done seen a whole ton of people that be having some beautiful pictures out with the flowers and everything, you know, talking about how much they love each other, but the dude is sleeping with somebody else, or the female is sleeping with somebody else, you know, or they cheating, they not even really together, they don't even sleep in the same bed, you know. So you can't believe everything that you see on social media all the time. So now Jock, he had this little chat with Treasure P, and he just kind of says that, you know, to see her kind of like, to see Seena come in with Carly Red at his event when he was with Tommi, where did she get that from? So she says that she kind of told Seena whatever because Seena's her girl and she felt some type of way about it. So she had to let her girl know. And he just kind of was like, okay, well, I'm going to let you know that your services are no longer needed because you putting my personal business out there and that's not your job. So, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, she knew that there was a possibility that something like that could happen. So, for her to just still be messy just because she didn't like Tommy was a little too much. You know, you doing the most right now. So Stevie J, he's at the studio with the fellas or whatever, and we get introduced to this new guy. His name was Gunplay. He's like a rapper and a gangster. And I don't know about him yet. I mean, we'll see. But I just feel like he was kind of doing too much in a confessional. Like, he was just like super extra. So I don't know. I got to get a little more of a feel for him. Like, okay. So he says that he likes the fact that at least the things that he does for his mama, she appreciates him. As opposed to Momma Dee, she acts like she don't really care or appreciate him. So, I mean, I see why he running away or whatever. You go where you going to be appreciated. You know what I mean? So Carly, Red, Tammy, and Rashida, they all meet up, and they sipping some juice and sharing some tea, honey. And Carly, she says that she doesn't want Tammy to really be cool with Tommi because Tommy's like her arch enemy or whatever. Not Jock. Scrappy is supposed to be having some like little bachelor party because he's free now. But Tammy's just like, how he having that type of party when he was just crying to her, asking her why Bambi, like trying to get Bambi back. Like, it doesn't really add up or whatever. So, yeah, it just seemed like he putting on the front, or maybe he just trying to like get over her by having some type of party. I mean, party for everything, right? Waka Flocka, he wants to prove to her that he has no secrets. To Tammy, they have like this nice little romantic date. I think it was like in a movie place. It seemed like he rented it out. He put up this nice little film of them like from back in the days and just kind of showing how nice they used to be together. And it was cute. And at the end of the little movie that he made, the little home movie, not a home movie, but y'all know what I mean. It had all his different social media and the passwords there so that she would be able to get into it. And she's like, what's this? He was like, I just want to show you that there's no secrets. And that's the reason why he pretty much like put those out there so that but she's like, she don't want to have to be checking through his stuff all the time just to kind of see. I mean, and plus that takes the fun out of it because now he's on point and everything. Of course he's not going to slip up because he knows that she's going to be going through his stuff. If he wants to do something, he's going to do it while he's on the road or whatever, and he's about to go on tour. He did actually invite her to go on tour to Europe with him, but she was just like, nah, she has too much going on right now. So, I mean, but that's the type of stuff, too, that kind of makes things get messed up because he's inviting you to kind of share his world with him and see what goes down. And, if these chicks see you with him, they ain't going to be messing with him. I mean, some of them is bold. But for the most part, they're not going OD to the max because you're standing right there. And you're like, that's why a lot of these women, they do travel with their significant others on the road. It kind of like eliminates a lot of the problems. If he's feeling like he need a little something after he done drank a lot and performed, you're right there to give him what he needs. And that's why people like Jackie Christie is always out with their man, crazy Jackie. And her relationship seems to be so successful. I mean, but at the end of the day, we don't know what goes on or has gone on behind closed doors. But, that's the same type of thing. Like, that's why a lot of these wives and girlfriends, they be everywhere. Like, literally everywhere. I'm going to follow you to the bathroom with these guys when they're on tour, they're out on the road, Because it's like, if I'm here, you don't need nobody else. How you going to sneak them if I'm in the bed with you? If I'm on your tour bus, where you taking them? I know your every single last move, bruh. It ain't happening. So Stevie J, he now has this chick that he calls the Panamanian goddess, okay? He done with the freaking princess, with the Puerto Rican princess. It seemed like when they have this picnic, he move on to the next one. Because he's like, you know what? She's spoiled goods now. I need something new, fresh, and babyless to do what it gotta do. So yeah, she's the new hot little mama. He needs to take over that Espanol scene. I feel like he's just doing it really to make the Puerto Rican princess, to make Jocelyn mad. I feel like that's what he's doing. And he knows like once she sees this, she's going to start. I mean, it's like they're just getting to a good place and now you're going to pull a number like this. But yeah, he wants to quote unquote get into the Spanish scene. So this seems like a replacement. That's what it seems like. And if I was her, I would get offended that he bringing some chick that kind of resembles me, same kind of complexion. I mean, why you couldn't get a regular girl? Why you couldn't get somebody from somewhere else? You know, why you couldn't get somebody from Indonesia? You know, why you couldn't get somebody from India? Why it had to be somebody that was Hispanic? You know what I mean? Like, you already got somebody that was Hispanic. I mean, I know she was trying to venture off and do her own thing by herself, but I don't know. It just seems a little messy style to me. So yeah, and Tammy, she was being a little messy too, because she was like, what's the difference between the Puerto Rican princess and the Panamanian goddess? And the Panamanian goddess, Estelita, she turns around like, look at me. Like, girl, we done seen it. We done seen the plastic everywhere. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I don't know if her body's real or not, but nowadays, it's so much man-made bodies out there that we don't even know what's real and what's fake anymore. I mean, we just gotta ask, is your body real? You know, is that all yours when we see it? And that's sad that in this day and age, people, I mean, it's nobody's business, but you know, you feel like the need to ask, like, were you born with that body? Girl. You know, if they are, you just want to give them an extra girl or an extra yes or a compliment or something, you know, if you're not a hater. So Treasure P, she calls Jock to the side when they at the party or whatever, and she kind of begs and pleads for her job back. And I'm just like, girl, I thought she was a little bit like more tougher than that. She literally like, I'll do anything for this job. Like she looked like she was ready to get down and give him that snob knob, you know, real quick, because the way she was acting like, oh, I'll get down on my knees. And he was like, oh, okay, I see, I understand. You can get down on your knees. I'll get your job back, you know? And yeah, he allows her to come back, and he's just like, you know, just don't pull that type of stuff again, because, you know, it's going to be the last time. Charlene and Momma Dee, they're at this same little party, the same little, what is it, soiree. And they get on stage. First it was Momma Dee. She introduces Charlene, which is Rashida's mama. And Rashida kind of looks like, what's my mama doing up there? Can't be good when you see these two teamed up together. And then Charlene, she goes ahead and she calls Kirk out. And I'm just like, is Kirk there? Because I know I didn't see him there. They didn't put a little cameo on him or nothing like that. I mean, maybe she saw something that I didn't see, but I didn't see him get up in there. Maybe he was hiding in the bathroom or something. But yeah, she calls him out and he doesn't come out, but she proceeds to keep on talking. And she's like, you know, I'm not going to say too much because my daughter don't like these types of things, but he needs to get a DNA test. And I'm like, but I thought you wasn't going to say too much. How the hell you go from I ain't going to say too much to putting out all she business? I mean, the only thing you didn't say was like the whole entire story, but just saying that he needs to take a DNA test. I mean, bing, bing. If you're not stupid, then you'll understand and you'll realize like, okay, this dude must have cheated on somebody, because if that was his wife, why would he need to take a DNA test? Unless your wife was doing something, but you're not saying your wife needs to take a DNA test. You're saying that he needs to take a DNA test. So yeah, something ain't right here. So you're pretty much putting her out on blast. So she looked like she was embarrassed, and she was just like, nah, you know what, deuces, I don't do this. Like, this is not what I do. I'm out of here. I don't know why my mother thought that this was a good idea. I know she's upset with him, but this was not right. And she pretty much tells all of his boys, like, this right here, she puts the DNA test on a platter, you know, making it look real nice. And it's just like, okay, you need to let your boy know that he needs to do this. He needs to handle this, okay? And Jock is just like, yeah, let me go ahead and call him up and tell him, like he's just going to listen and be like, okay, I'm going to do it because you called me up and said it. No, it doesn't work like that. But yeah, that was pretty much how that episode went down. You know, we're going to get into some mama drama next week with Tommi and her mama. So we're going to see how that dynamic duo goes down. All right? Or deathly disaster. And maybe it's not a dynamic duo. Maybe it's a deathly disaster. But we shall see. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I'll see you in the next one. Laters.